Welcome to the Popish Plot. I'm Nate.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Mike.
And today we are here with the first of the aforementioned episodes on the last four things. During this, we examine the last four things that a person experiences in their journey through... I want to say life, but it doesn't really work
because it's an either or by the end.
Yeah, by the end
you're only going to get 3 out of 4.
Yeah, so the last four things, 3 of which are yours.
Is on this one.
It's a lot like the sacraments. It is possible to experience all 7 sacraments, but it's rare.
Yeah.
I mean, you either have to be an Eastern Rite priest or a married deacon.
You're really going to have to tell me a good story of how you experience both. Well, all right.
No.
I can see experiencing hell because there are people who, during their life...
You got to be a visionary in your life to see hell and then go to heaven at the same time.
We're saying you can do all 7 sacraments. It's rare. You can't do all 4 of these.
Okay.
You only get 3 of the 4.
There have been some people who've claimed that they've seen hell.
Seen hell, sure, but I don't think they've experienced hell.
But anyway, we're on the one that we are sure about, like taxes.
Yeah, everybody gets this one because, like taxes, it comes for everyone. Death.
So
who wants to go first?
It's simply an inevitability that if you are a human living, you will die. Because even the Lord Jesus died. There's room for disagreement about whether the Blessed Mother experienced death before her assumption into heaven.
Yes.
Or she just went to sleep.
Elijah and that one that walked with God and then they just disappeared.
Enoch.
But,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But
for most people, you're probably going to die.
But you should not expect that you are going to be like Enoch or Elijah or the Blessed Mother.
And at the very least, as a Christian, if you've been baptized, you've already experienced death.
Yes.
You were put to death in Christ and raised to new life in Him.
Mm-hmm. So this is just a little bit more of that.
It's a bonus death.
It's a bonus death. All right. I say, because this was Jess's idea...
We make her go first?
We make her go first.
Okay. So...
I would say ladies first.
Okay.
That works too.
So you pointed out that by baptism we've all died, which of course makes me think of various things from Flannery O'Connor, where it's like this is a horrible murder. It represents the sacraments. Mm-hmm. So my choice.
She was so delightfully twisted.
I went with songs where you're immediately going to be like, "What?"
Okay.
So
well, although I'm not trying to put you in a box. Mm-hmm. I have a pretty good idea what you're doing for heaven.
Yes, because I've been wanting to do it forever, so I had to.
It's the whole reason why this series was your idea.
But the other 3,
it was the only way you could guarantee you got to do your heaven.
Okay, so death. What do we got?
I'm doing songs for all mine.
Yep.
So I'm going to go with "White Wedding" by Billy Idol. Now, first, imagine that he's not singing it as a punk singer. Imagine you're singing this happily. All
right. So, wait. I have a question now.
Yep.
Happily, like the Monkees. Or happily, like 1970s church with a guitar. Church in the round
happily,
kind of a
like
thing with a guitar.
I was just thinking... less punk and more normal rock. A little less sneering is all it takes.
Okay.
More yacht rocky.
All right.
Because it has...
I may have to send that off to somebody with an AI who does AI music. And,
it would 95% work in the change something into a Christian song by making baby Jesus. Mm-hmm. Only change it into a Christian song by making the singer Jesus.
Okay.
The little sister. It's all about what are you doing?
Hey,
who's your person? What do you want? There's of course the occasional shotguns, which in this case represents a shotgun wedding. Mm-hmm. However, I'm just imagining it being like, at the point of death where they happen to die by violence and, they've got all the stuff, they're starting again. Mm-hmm. It's a white wedding, and we all know that, eventually when we get to heaven, it will be the wedding of the Lamb.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Okay.
Take me back home again.
Uh-huh.
Although it's wrong to say you started out in heaven and ended up on earth. It is essentially your home, even if you haven't been there before, and death is the way you get there.
Well, we started off in the mind of God, and we go back to union with Him. So okay, yeah. It's a nice day to start again. I do have an album by Paul Anka where he just sings like rock songs from the 90s, but in that 60s crooner style. It's gloriously bizarre.
Yeah, I know of a YouTube guy who takes a song from one time period and then like recomposes it for a completely different time period and style.
But anyway.
But yeah.
White Wedding, it's about a new, fresh start, which, for a Christian...
Death is the start of the new, fresh start. Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
So,
well done.
Do you guys want
Wedding.
I was gonna ask, do you want to go first, or do you want to Rochambeau for it?
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
All right, I'm going then.
I'm indifferent.
I will go because I chose movies.
Okay.
And just as a disclaimer, I will not be giving out any spoiler alerts. All of the movies I have chosen are at least 25 years old, so if you haven't seen it already, that is not my fault.
Yeah. Thank you. It really annoys me when people try to avoid spoilers for a film that came out 30 or 40 years ago. It's like, no. If you don't know that he sees dead people, that's on you.
Yeah. So,
I especially like the people that are surprised and like don't give away the ending of Titanic, where it's like everybody
knows the boat sinks. I showed up at the theater knowing that the boat would sink.
It's like, wait, like you know this is a story of a real ship, right? Wait, it is? Oh, then your soul hurts. Okay, so
we are talking about death and movies, and my choice, Liar Liar with Jim Carrey.
Ooh.
Now, in this movie, he is a spectacular defense lawyer.
Yeah.
In that you actually can't get him to tell the truth. He can lie about anything, and he can lie to you. He can tell you. You can be wearing a green shirt, and he can look you in the eye and tell you your shirt is blue, and you will believe that he honestly believes that that's true.
Mm-hmm. He's an incredibly cynical lawyer, so he no longer believes the law is a pursuit of truth. He just wants to win.
Exactly. But the real problem is that he's got a son. A son that he's somewhat estranged from due to his being estranged from the mother. And
from himself.
And because he can't tell the truth, he also can't be depended upon.
Mm-hmm.
So, when he misses the son's birthday, the son wishes, just before he blows out the candles, that for just one day, his father could not lie.
Mm-hmm. And hilarity ensues. Because the wish comes true, and he can't lie. Despite all of his best efforts, he can't. He's sitting there. There's some fun spots where it looks like it's an outtake because it looks like he's trying to say a word. He's trying to say a word, but just can't say the word. He knows that the pen he's holding is blue. He's trying to say it's any other color but blue, and the only word that he can actually get to come out of his mouth is blue. Mm-hmm.
Now, the reason why I'm linking this one to death is because, as a defense lawyer, as a very cunning defense lawyer, he needs to be able to lie. He feels he needs to be able to lie in order to be able to do his job.
If I remember correctly, he's defending a client he knows is guilty.
He knows they are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment that he realizes what's going on, he actually refers to this as being his death. This is killing him because he can't do the thing that he does so well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like the perfect little metaphor for a death, right? Because death is the end of like all the things that we know, and all the things that we've experienced. Mm-hmm. And here he is, and everything that he's ever really considered to be concrete in his life is being torn apart, is being torn away from him. As he's also suffering this sort of existential death in his workplace.
Mm-hmm. No matter how cunning you are, no matter how clever you are, no matter how successfully you've constructed a false artifice around you, death will cut to the heart of the matter, to the absolute truth.
And you know, his ex-wife is considering moving away and getting married to another man, which will take his son away, and everything is just being ripped from him in this 24-hour period. So, Mike, what is your death?
So,
I have chosen to draw all my examples from one of the most significant art forms of our lifetimes, of our modern era, Star Trek: The Original Series.
Okay, all right.
So for death,
are you going to go with like episodes?
I'm going with episodes.
All right.
So I have chosen for death, Amok Time.
Amok Time.
This is the episode in which Spock has to get married.
Oh, yes, yes.
His normally steely Vulcan exterior is being undermined by the Vulcan need to mate.
Yes, it's essentially a puberty ritual kind of a thing. And that he now has this drive that just needs completion.
And if it's not satisfied one way or the other,
he will die.
He will die. So,
like a ferret.
So, Spock, having to open up about this very private matter, beams down to Vulcan with Captain Kirk and Dr. McCoy.
And Spock hates talking about anything.
especially Vulcan things with Dr. McCoy, because Dr. McCoy is not... He's not the most open-minded of individuals, but he's a very good...
He's a very gifted healer.
He's a very gifted healer, and he makes for a good foundation for the group kind of a thing, because he refuses to let himself be swayed this way and that.
I just love when Spock's like, talking about some vague, relative or something, and then you find out it's like his brother. Oh yeah, I think I'm related to him.
Well, and he says very explicitly at this point that the Ponfar is something they don't talk about with outsiders.
Which makes sense.
Which makes sense, because it's very embarrassing. Mm-hmm. And for an unemotional people, the Vulcans are deeply suspicious of embarrassment.
Yes.
So they beam down to the planet. Spock's going to have his wedding. He's been betrothed to this woman, T'Pring, since they were both children. But T'Pring decides to invoke her right to challenge the marriage.
Yeah, because unbeknownst to everybody else, most everybody else except for the viewer, T'Pring actually has somebody else that she'd much rather Ponfar with.
Mm-hmm. And somebody who's there on Vulcan with her, not flying about the galaxy.
With off who knows where, doing who knows what with who knows who.
I mean, the original series was the one where they actually boldly went where no one went before, versus the other ones where they're constantly showing up with people they know, already there.
There's a lot of episodes of The Next Generation where they go where no one has gone before, and
because they were really lost.
It was better off. It would have been better off had they not gone there in the first.
They got
place.
some weird ideas. But that's
anyway,
that's a whole nother.
Yeah.
So
the death of the Ponfar.
It works out that she manipulates Spock into fighting to the death with Kirk. Mm-hmm. Kirk is given several opportunities to get out of this, not really knowing what he's getting into. Doesn't. They engage in combat.
And they have dramatic music, and of course...
Oh, great music.
Kirk has to go and show off his abs.
Kirk has to be shirtless at all times. This is an established principle. They fight with the Lurpas. The Vulcan atmosphere is thin. Vulcans are much stronger than humans. And so, in the course of the fight, a crazed Spock kills Kirk. This is where we get to death. Spock was undergoing what should have been his wedding day. Instead, he ends up killing his best friend. Kirk thought he was beaming down to Vulcan to witness a wedding. Even after the challenge business started, he decided he was given an opportunity to leave. He decided to stay because he couldn't imagine that anything would go this terribly wrong.
I mean, it's Kirk, and I know the actual Kirk in the storyline isn't as bad as the modern day joke about Kirk.
Yeah.
But he was looking for a desperate bridesmaid.
Yeah, it is one of the great things about a wedding. But there's only two women, and you wouldn't want the other one. Now, it turns out he did not, in fact, die. Dr. McCoy was extremely clever and gave him when he was supposed to be giving him a booster to help him deal with the thin atmosphere, actually gave him a sedative that feigned death. But, for a time, Spock thinks that Kirk is dead. And when he finds out that Kirk is, in fact, alive, he cannot help but have a joyous, emotional reaction. Now, where this leads me to believe is, what led me to talk about this episode is the unexpected nature of death. Neither Spock nor Kirk went down to the surface having any inkling that Kirk would end up dead or faking his own death. We never know when death is going to come to us. We have to be prepared to meet our fate at any time because you have never know when you're going to be on an alien planet fighting your best friend because his girl wants some other guy.
Yeah, all right.
Death. Unexpected.
So, we hope you enjoyed death more than most people enjoy death.
Comment below with what analogy you thought was the most interesting.
Or
is death like a wedding? Is death like a guy who can't lie? Is death like Spock?
Or, given our 3 themes, Star Trek, music, movies, if you think there was a far more obvious choice that we should have gone with, put that down in the comments below as well.
I do have a far more obvious choice for this one, but I'm saving that for later.
No, you went with the most obvious one. That's all there is to it. And until next time, remember to live your faith.
Love your faith.
Share that love.